Hello, good morning. Welcome to JCE Connect. Myself, Professor Srinath Givari from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, JCE Belgavi. So far, we have studied about boilers in Module 2, in which we have studied of different types of boilers, that is, fire tube boiler and water tube boiler. So the best examples for them are Lancashire boiler and Babcock and Wilcox boiler. And we even seen the advantages and disadvantages of water tube boiler over fire tube boilers. So now we'll be discussing about hydraulic turbines, which is the next part of the module 2. So the syllabus for the module 2 is, that is, hydraulic turbine is classification and specification of the hydraulic turbines and the principle and operation of Pelton wheel, Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine. Before going for the hydraulic turbines, we'll be discussing some parts of the basics parts of the turbines. That is, first one is prime mover. Prime mover is nothing but the primary source of power. It is a self-moving device which converts the available natural source of energy into mechanical energy of motion to drive the other machines. For an example, an engine, which we have studied in the previous classes, that is an IC engine. So how does the IC engine work? It is using the available natural sources, that is fuel, and which we are burning to get the chemical heat energy from it. So we are converting chemical energy of the fuel into heat energy by combustion of the fuel, and that heat energy is used to convert it into mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is used to run the vehicle. So this is an example for the prime mover, that IC engine is an example. So now we'll go with the turbines. That is, first part is, before that we'll go with the fluid machine. So what is meant by fluid machine? So in the name only you'll get to know fluid and machine. The fluid is nothing but liquid or gas, and a machine is nothing, is a device. So a fluid machine is a device which is working on based on the working fluid, that is liquid or gas. So when a fluid energy is getting converted into mechanical energy, that is done by the turbine, or when the mechanical energy is getting converted into fluid energy, that is done by the pumps. So turbine and pumps are the fluid machine. So fluid machine is a device which is converting fluid energy into mechanical energy and mechanical energy into fluid energy. So turbine uses the fluid energy or the energy supplied by the fluid to convert itself into mechanical energy, that is in turn converted into electrical energy. But in pumps it is opposite to that. So we are running the motor is rotating its shaft, the shaft is connected to the impeller which is rotating, and that mechanical energy of the impeller is supplied to the fluid, and the fluid is being transferred from lower level to higher level. In this, fluid is nothing but, generally speaking, it is liquid or gas. So in turbine and pump we are using liquid, that is water. Okay, this is for just an introduction about fluid machine, as it involves turbine and pumps. So pumps we'll be discussing in the next part of the module 2. So next is, what is meant by a turbine? A turbine is nothing but a power generating machine. It is a machine that extracts the energy from the fluid, that is liquid or gas flow, and convert it into mechanical energy in the form of rotation, where the energy level of the working fluid goes on decreasing when it flows over the turbine. So the best examples for this are based on the working fluid. So the first example is steam turbine. So steam turbines are running with the help of the high pressure and high temperature steam which is being generated in the boiler. And the next example is gas turbine, that is high pressure hot gases which are produced by the combustion of the fuel. That the example for this gas turbine is jet engines. Next one is hydraulic turbines, which are running with the help of flow of water. So the hydraulic turbines are running with the help of flow of water. When the fluid flows over it, or when the water flows over it, the turbine rotates and produces mechanical motion. So now, for a better understanding, we'll be going with some diagrams of the steam turbine and gas turbine. As this is not there in our syllabus, only we have hydraulic turbine. So for the general discussion, I have just put some images so that you can understand these two. Okay. So first one is, this is a diagram of a turbine. You can see how much long it is and how is the size and shape of it. So these are the blades. These are the blades. So the next diagram is, this one is a steam power plant. So you can see that a pulverized coal, or that is nothing but a fuel, and air is burnt, combusted, and that is producing the flue gases, and which has been passed over the water tube, and that water is converted into steam, and that is used to run the turbine, that is steam turbine, and steam turbine is running the generator. So generator is producing the electricity. So the remaining gas is taken out through the chimney. So this is a basic function or the basic working of the steam power plant, which the steam power plant is using steam turbine to produce electricity. So now the gas turbine. So gas turbine is used in gas power plants, where it is, there is a intake, there is compression, there is combustion, and there is a turbine. So the air is taken in, it has been compressed. When you compress the air, its temperature increases. At that time, we are combusting it by injecting the fuel in that. And after injecting the fuel, the combustion takes place, and after combustion, it will expand in the turbine and go out, and it will create a thrust and it will move forward. So this is an example for gas turbine. The jet engine is an example for gas turbine. This is the actual gas turbine which you are seeing. There are two types of gas turbine, that is open cycle gas turbine and closed cycle gas turbine. So this is just for your information. That is, it is not there in your syllabus. So now this is the basic working principle of turbine. How all the turbines work. What is the principle behind the rotation of the blades, or the rotation of the blades. So what happens is, so this is the blade which you are seeing. Okay, this is the fluid with which the, or the velocity at which the fluid is entering and flowing over the blade. So have you heard of second law of motion? What it states? It states that the force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. So this fluid which is coming out of the nozzle, a nozzle is a part of a turbine which is having a convergent cross section, which is converting the low velocity fluid to high velocity fluid. So that high velocity fluid or high jet of water is flown over the blade, which is flowing over the blade like this, and it's coming out with some outlet velocity, and because of which there is a transfer of momentum to the blade. So as the jet of velocity of water, I will consider the water as the jet of water, because as we are going to study about the hydraulic turbines. So the jet of water which is coming out of the nozzle will hit the blade, and it will transfer its momentum to the blade, and that momentum is, when it transfer, it is decreasing the whatever fluid momentum is there, it will go on decreasing when it flows over the blade. When that momentum, when the rate of change of momentum is there, that will lead to the force, and that force will lead to the motion of the, or the rotation of the blades. So this you can see, when the velocity with which the fluid is entering and leaving out, it is giving some force to the blade, and through which it is rotating. This all happens because of second law of motion, that is, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to force. There is a change in momentum, that is, momentum is nothing but mass and velocity. So when there is a change in velocity of the fluid, which is flowing and hitting the blade, and which is coming out with less velocity. So at the exit we are less velocity because whatever energy was there in the fluid will be absorbed by the blade. So that is why it is getting converted into force, and that is because of which the turbine is rotating. So this is just a working principle of turbine so that you can understand the further part of the hydraulic turbines. So now, what is a hydraulic turbine and what is the classification? So hydraulic turbine is also known as the water turbine. These are the machines which convert the kinetic energy and the potential energy which is possessed by the water into mechanical rotary motion or power. So whatever kinetic energy and potential energy of water is there, it is being converted into rotary motion of the turbine. Okay, so the water turbines are prime movers where we are coupling it with the electrical generator to produce electricity. These types of hydraulic turbines we are using it in hydroelectric power plants, which depends on the continuous flow of water which is available. This continuous flow of water is available only during some seasons, like in rainy season. The whatever water is there, it will be filled up and it will be passed through the hydroelectric power plant. So I'll discuss about it in the next slide. So this is the formula. The power developed by the turbine is given by P equal to rho Q GH by 1000, where P is in terms of kilowatt, that is power, rho is density of water, that is in terms of kg per meter cube, G is acceleration due to gravity in meter per second square, and H is head in meter. Okay, so this is an just a working of hydroelectric power station, how it works and how it flows over the turbine. You can see that this is a kind of dam behind which there is a reservoir, and we have opened a gate here. Okay, this gate may be opened when the water level is filled up in this reservoir. Okay, so when this gate is opened, the water will flow through the penstock and it will flow over the turbine and it will be coming out. And when it flows over the turbine rotates and the generator rotates, and the generator will start transforming the current and through the transmission line, and it is passed into the power grids. Okay, so now the thing is that this is a reservoir, this is a dam. So whenever this water is stored, it is stored in form of potential energy. So this potential energy of water is stored behind the dam. So whenever there is a demand for electricity during rainy season or during some season, so what will happen is the water the water will be released from this penstock and it will be flowing through the turbine, and the turbine is in turn rotating the alternator which is producing the electricity, and that has been transformed, reduced to low voltage, and it has been transferred to the power grid. So this is the working of an hydroelectric power station. So the next part is classification. So the turbines are classified based on the principle of working. First one is impulse turbine. For that example is Pelton wheel, and reaction turbine. The example is Francis and Kaplan turbine. So about this I'll discuss in the next class. So the next one is basis of head under which the turbine works. So head means nothing but the height of the water, height of the dam we can say. So at this I can say this is the height at which the water is placed. So this is the head. Okay, and if the water is coming from this point, then this is known as this is the head. Okay, this is the head, and this is the penstock or pipe which is carrying the fluid till to the turbine. So that is the head. If it is high head, if we want a high head turbine, then we have to use Pelton wheel. If we require a medium head turbine, we are using a Francis turbine. If we had low head turbine, we are using a Kaplan turbine. So depending on the height, they are given the different types of turbine. So for high head turbine, the head should be of 200 to 1700 meter. For medium head turbine, the head should be 50 meter to 200 meter. That is, for example, Francis turbine. And for low head turbine, it should be less than 50 meter. That is Kaplan turbine. Now, one more is based on the direction of flow of water as follows. If the flow is tangential to the blade of the turbine, then it is Pelton wheel. If the flow of the blade is axial to the flow of turbine, the flow is, if it is axial to the turbine, then it is Francis turbine. If it is mixed flow, it means that it is axially and also entering axially and leaving radially from the turbine, then it is the Kaplan turbine. So when we are discussing about these three turbines, that is Pelton, Francis and Kaplan, I'll discuss about this again. Okay. Now, based on volumetric flow rate of water. What is volumetric flow rate of water? It is the rate of flow of water which is passing through a section. Okay. Like for an example, if you are filling the tank of 1000 liter at your home and you are giving a time of 13 minutes. So 1000 divided by 13 minutes will be your rate of flow of water. So you are deciding the 13 minutes based on the quantity of water you have to fill. Okay, that is your nothing but the volumetric flow rate of water, or also known as discharge. So for a low discharge turbine, that is Pelton turbine. If it is high head, you require low discharge. That is Pelton turbine. If it is a medium head, medium discharge, that is Francis turbine. If it is a low head and you require high discharge of the fluid over the turbine, that is Kaplan turbine. So these are some classification of the turbines, and in the next class we'll be dealing with the impulse and reaction turbine in details, and the other three turbines, that are Pelton wheel, Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine. So if you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.